Look at this knob. See this knob right here? It says tone. In the 1950s, everybody knew exactly what this did. You turn it down, it gets darker. You turn it up, it gets brighter. That's it. High end on, high end off. Very simple. Fast forward to today, and if you walk into my shop and you tell me, Al, I don't like my tone, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you talking about this knob, your amp, your pedals, your picking hand, your chorus, your delay, your reverb? The word tone has become a junk drawer of where we throw everything we don't understand about sound. Now, I will be the first to admit I have used the word tone in my YouTube thumbnails. Why? Because it's the word we've all been conditioned to search for and use. It's the comment shorthand for the total sound coming out of the speaker. But as a tool for actually fixing your sound, it's completely useless. So welcome back to the Guitar Lab. I'm Al Tejera. When I was a kid, we had record players with one and sometimes two big knobs, either tone or bass and treble. That was it. You wanted more warmth, you turned up the bass. Too harsh, you turned down the treble. Very literal, very clear. Imagine going to a doctor and saying, Doc, I don't feel good. And the doctor says, okay, well, where does it hurt? And you go, I don't know. I guess I just have bad health. Well, that's what bad tone is. It doesn't tell me anything that I can actually fix. So for the next few minutes, I want you to delete the word tone from your vocabulary. Pretend it doesn't exist. Instead, we're going to replace it with one fuzzy word with four clear ones that pros actually think in. But before we do, if this is already poking at some confusion that you've had about tone, do me a favor. Drop a comment right now and tell me the last time someone said great tone or bad tone, and you weren't even sure what they meant. I read those, and I might use your example in a future video. So if you like this kind of no BS explain the physics approach, hit subscribe so that you don't miss the next rant from the bench. All right, so let's break it down. The four words that actually matter. Okay, so we're talking about the four pillars of sound, and the first one is going to be EQ. So if we listen here, hopefully this will come out all right because the amp's behind me and my microphone's on my chest here, but so I'm just turning that tone knob that we talked about. So EQ is just which frequencies are the loudest, which are the lowest. You've probably seen a graphic EQ, and you can turn up and down each frequency band. And that's basically EQ. Now, in the old days, it was just a tone control. So the whole right side either went up or it went down, just like they do on today's guitars. It hasn't changed at all. That's where the word tone came from. And it's now evolved into EQ. That's the bottom line, the pure tone, what we used to call tone in the 50s. Warm is a word that can describe tone. Scooped, muddy, harsh, boxy. All these are terms that are described to describe EQ. A wah-wah is a sweeping tone control. You control it with your foot. There are pitch shifters that change the frequency itself. So the fix is, don't say my tone sucks, say I need more mids, I need higher end. This thing sounds too boxy, it sounds too dull. It's not bright enough. It doesn't snap enough. There are other words to describe tone in terms of EQ, and that's what you should use if you're talking about EQ. So now we're going to talk about gain. Pillar number 2 is gain. Gain is the texture, the saturation, the sustain given to a signal by having gain and distortion. These are things that add to the sound of a guitar. So people buy new pickups for a better tone, but in fact what they're really trying to get at is more of a saturation, more girth, more chunkiness due to the fact that they have more gain. That's really what they want. So the fix is, don't say I don't like my tone. Say I need more gain. I need more crunch. I need more fizz. This is too fuzzy. It's too compressed. Now you know that you need to adjust your knobs, the volume, or on one of your pedals to get the sound that you want. Okay, so if you're realizing that half of your tone chasing, maybe even more, was actually just EQ and gain the whole time, hit the like button so YouTube shows this to more confused guitarists. Let me know in the comments, are you more of a clean with pedals person or crank up the amp person? That tells me a lot about which one of these 4 pillars I should go deeper on in the future videos. Okay, so pillar number 3 is the envelope. And the envelope is basically how the note changes over time. And they've just kind of settled into 4 different descriptions of this occurrence. The first is the attack, which is the initial volume increase when you pick a string, for example. Some instruments don't have that at all, like an oboe will gently climb up. But the attack is basically that initial part. How fast does it attack? The next part is the initial decay. And the decay is basically right after you pick it, or right after you start the tone, does it come back down in volume and then settle out to some medium volume? So picking is a very loud part. And as soon as that picking part is over, then it settles into the third phase, which is the sustained portion of the curve. And the sustain basically will ring out depending on how the quality of your instrument, the type of instrument it is. If it's a wind instrument, it's as long as you've got your breath. If it's a string, it's as long as the guitar is set up properly and the note can freely continue to vibrate without any friction or restriction of any kind. Then the last part is called the release. And that's when it finally, you either stop blowing if it continues to make a sound, or you're on a guitar, it's the part of the sustain that then starts to go down in volume. And that's called the release. That's when it really decays, the sound decays. So common tone words are the guitar feels dead, the guitar sounds spiky, the notes don't bloom. So it can even be your setup when you're talking about this type of issue. If your strings are super, super low, their notes are going to choke, especially if you pick hard. And you're not going to get the sustain or the bloom that you're looking for. So the 4th pillar is ambiance. We're talking space and time. It's basically your reverb, your delay, even your chorus. All these are space and time related events that occur to give that ambience, that feeling of being in a large place. All these are subtle things that puts your guitar into a room and makes it feel like it's alive in a room. This is ambiance. And so it's not enough to just say Santana's tone is a PRS and a Mesa Boogie. You've got to add all of his EQ, his incredible gain that gives you sustain, the delay tail, and even a hint of feedback is part of his tone. These are all important things. If you don't have any of those, it's going to sound totally wrong. So the fix is that don't say you want Santana's tone. Say you want a singing lead with a smooth delay and a big reverb and just a touch of feedback. And now you're thinking like a producer. Okay, so here's a quick recap. Here's a vague statement. My tone sucks. Here's an actionable thing. Too bright or too thin? Check your EQ. Too clean, needs sustain? Check your gain. Notes die too fast? Check the envelope. Sounds flat or dry? It's your ambience. So here's my challenge to you. For the next week, ban the word tone from your vocabulary. Anytime you catch yourself about to say tone, stop and ask, is this really an EQ, gain, envelope, or ambience problem. I'm sure you're going to do that out loud. But maybe now you might be able to guess why I think the whole tone wood debate is so incredibly emotional. Stay tuned for that one. If this video helped you untangle that mess, subscribe to the channel. This is the kind of stuff we dig into all of the time here on this channel. So if you're suspecting your envelope might be broken because your action is slammed to the deck, I did a whole video on that, why your action is too low and it's killing your tone. Ironically titled on purpose. I'll put that video right up here on the screen somewhere, and just click on that and I'll show you how to set up might be choking your sound before it even hits the amp. So thanks for hanging out, and remember, stop chasing tone. Start chasing the right problem, and don't forget, keep playing.